I love a joke.
Say, Lucy.
Yeah, Ricky?
A tramp came up to me in the street and he said he hadn't had a bite in weeks.
What'd you do, bite him? Opening butler joke, buddy, come on.
The master says to the butler, Jeeves, did you put fresh water in the goldfish bowl? And the butler says, why? They didn't drink up what I gave them last night.
You know that ancient joke about the guy who saves his regiment, shoots the cook?
No. How does it go?
Happy Friday and welcome back to Connect with Me. I'm Lauren, filling in for host John Malice. Today, we have a very interesting show. If you or someone you know has cancer, you're going to want to stay tuned. It's your community, and stay tuned. And welcome back to Connect with Me, broadcasted live here on the showroom floor at Ventura TV, Comcast channel 187 and 43.6 if you have an antenna. Like I said earlier, we are talking about cancer today, and if you or someone you know has cancer, you're going to want to stay tuned and even call in. If you'd like, the number is 559-265-4331. Let me start off by saying that more than 1 million people get cancer in the U.S. every year. What may be even more shocking is being a cancer patient and a single mom. The thought may be overwhelming to many, but if you or someone you know that is in that very situation, there are resources out there to help, and one of them is the Mighty Moms Foundation. The Mighty Moms Foundation is a nonprofit corporation that was established by Dr. John Burnett of Fresno, California. It provides assistance to single mothers and their families as they undergo cancer treatments. The Mighty Moms Foundation endeavors to provide financial assistance along with other types of support in order to aid these brave women as they struggle to nurture and maintain their families during this extremely difficult time. And live in our studio is the executive director of the Mighty Moms Foundation, Liz Ray. I know her thing says Lizette, but she actually goes by Liz. So we'd like to welcome her to the show today as she talks to us about the Mighty Moms Foundation and everything it has to offer and to help those single moms. So stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified #1 rated high-efficiency Cabrio from Whirlpool Place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Whirlpool Cabrio laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
And welcome back. We're talking about the Mighty Moms Foundation today, and here in our studios is Liz Ray, the executive director. It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we are very welcome to have you. So tell me a little bit about the foundation and the history of it and how it got started.
Okay. Well, the Mighty Moms Foundation is very new. We actually just began early last year. And it was created, as you said earlier, by Dr. John Burnett. And for years he had worked with patients who were single moms going through all different kinds of cancer treatment. And he just really recognized the struggles that they went through as they were going through treatment. And so the foundation was started. I began as executive director in August, so it's been pretty recent that I began with the foundation. So.
Okay, and how did you get involved in the foundation?
Well, in 2011, I actually went through cancer treatment. I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer and went through chemotherapy and reconstruction and was working in advertising during that time and had for decades. and worked as I went through the most difficult and challenging time in my life. And after it was over, I did a couple of things. I got involved with the Radin Breast Care Center as their spokesperson, and I also worked with the Amgen Tour, which was the bike tour in Clovis, as the Breakaway from Cancer director. And a friend of mine who worked for St. Agnes saw that I was doing these kinds of things and said, you know what, you may want to attend some of these initial board meetings for an organization that's just getting started in our area. I think you'd be interested in it. And the more I attended the meetings, and we saw the number of women that really needed our help, and we were working on lots of different fundraising activities, and there was just a lot of work to do, and it was recognized that we need someone in this position full-time, because all of us had jobs and we were working and volunteering. So that's how I got started as director just last August.
Okay, and what are your roles as being the executive director of the foundation, and how would you say that your past experience helps you with your duties and what you do?
Well, it's a major multitasking job, and they're real highs and real lows. I mean, I work on fundraising activities. I meet with corporations. I meet with individuals who are wanting to volunteer and they're wanting to help. And then also I meet directly with the recipients, those women who are going through cancer. They have small children. They're not feeling real well. They're in a really difficult time financially most of the time, and so I meet with them as well. So it's real highs and lows. It changes every day. So it's been a really interesting position, and I think I was in advertising sales for years, and just the connections that I have within the community have helped a lot, and so many of the television, radio stations, the newspaper, magazines have really stepped up and helped us to promote and bring awareness to the Mighty Moms Foundation.
Well, it sounds like a very fulfilling position to have and something to do. How many members are a part of the foundation?
Well, we just have a small board, and then there's myself. I work out of my home, and with all the different activities that we are doing, I am looking for volunteers and people that want to help, either with fundraising activities or directly with the recipients. In fact, right now, when I meet with recipients, I have a woman who is a licensed counselor who she's been going with me and really helped and given me some suggestions and ideas on just how to meet with these individuals, and she also has gone through breast cancer. So the two of us lately have been going together and meeting with the different potential recipients.
Yeah, that sounds like a good team then.
Yes.
Is there any other, if people are interested in volunteering, like how you said you're always looking for volunteers, are there any certain areas that you guys feel you need an expertise in?
Well, I would say fundraising activities and ideas, and we've done quite a few different ones already, and we can talk a little bit more about that. But I'm looking for some unique, different ways of raising funds to help the Mighty Moms Foundation. So that if someone's in event planning or they've done fundraising activities, or they're just really interested in getting involved on a volunteer basis, I would love to talk to them. So
okay, and then the funding that goes to moms who need financial assistance, is that coming solely from your guys' fundraising, or do you have special grants?
Primarily from fundraising, but we've also received a couple of different grants from big corporations. We did receive a grant from the Bank of Sierra and from Wells Fargo Financial. But also we have some different products that we've had for sale where a portion of the proceeds go to the Mighty Moms Foundation. We've gotten really creative with that, and so we could talk a little bit more about that as well. So it's been interesting. We're looking to be really diverse and come up with different ideas and different ways of raising the funds that we need for the foundation.
Yes, we do have tons of pictures from your guys' past fundraising, but we'll get to that at a later point. How many single moms does your foundation reach right now? Well,
it's not huge numbers yet. I mean, we've worked with a couple of dozen since we started, and it's been primarily in Fresno, but our plan is to branch out into other areas. I've actually spoken to different groups, like PG&E offices, Rotary clubs, Seroptimus clubs up and down the valley. So it is not just Fresno. And as we grow and as we expand, we will move to other areas throughout the country is really our goal. It's not to just be in Fresno. We just happen to be created in Fresno and we're based out of Fresno. So that's our plan.
That's good. Now, have you guys ran into anyone or any foundation similar to what you do in other parts of the country?
You know, we really haven't yet. I know there possibly are other foundations like us in other areas of the country, but I've learned in Fresno, in our area, there really is not a foundation that does what we do. There are a lot of foundations that help with research and awareness and that type of thing, but we're able to offer help really quickly, within usually a week or two, for those women that do reach out to us. They are physician referred. We work directly with primarily oncologists in our area, and they'll identify those women that need immediate help. And so we get with them, we meet with them in person, and we're able to offer help really quickly.
Okay, well, we will talk more about the physician referrals when we come back, as well as the requirements that you need in order to receive services from the foundation and what those services are. We'll be back in just a minute.
It's time to play the Hi Bob game. Simply watch the Bob.
Howard, I wanted to hear what that lady said.
As I was saying, simply watch the Bob Newhart show and count how many times people say Hi Bob.
Well, why don't we start things off?
Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon.
Sorry, try again.
Darn it.
Everybody loves the Hi Bob game.
This is the greatest game I've ever seen.
Weeknights at 10:30, 9:30 Central on MeTV.
And we're back here on MeTV, Comcast channel 187 and 43.6 if you have an antenna. We haven't received any phone calls yet, but we're still waiting to hear from you. So make sure you call in at 559-265-4331. We are speaking with Liz Ray, the executive director from the Mighty Moms Foundation, and she has given us a pretty good history of how it got started, of how cancer has affected her life, and how she became involved in the foundation. Now I want to talk to you about what are the requirements for receiving help from the foundation.
Okay, most importantly, the single mother needs to have children under the age of 18. And it's been interesting because primarily I've worked with women whose children are in their teens, but even just yesterday I talked with a mom who has a 15-month-old child. So it's all different ages of children, but they need to be under 18. They need to be single. They need to have their physician refer them to the foundation. And once that happens, I will meet with them and determine what course of treatment they're actively going through. And that's how we get started. And it's really a quick application form. We meet in person. We're able to identify just what needs could really help them as they go through this time in their life. I think I said earlier, I mean, at one time I had been a single mom. I had had cancer in my life, but not at the same time. And I just cannot imagine going through that as a mom, especially really small children. And I've worked with women that have as many as 6 and 7 children, and they're single and they're going through treatment, and many of them are stage 4 cancer. And it's just a really, really tough time. And a lot of times they have lots of chemotherapy treatments, radiation treatments, reconstruction. They don't feel well. And so any little help that can be offered by our organization or other organizations really can make the difference in their life.
Okay. Well, I can't imagine that. But we do have a phone call right now.
Okay.
Let's see. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. What is your question for Liz?
Hey, hi. My sister-in-law has been a recipient of the service provided by your guest organization, and I want to tell you how comforting it's been for her to rub elbows with other women in similar situations, and she's been grappling with, I guess it's the hardest news that anybody can ever expect, to receive a diagnosis of cancer, and I can tell you that the first days, the dark days of early in her diagnosis, she, well, beside herself, as you might imagine. The support services your guest organization has helped her over a very, very rough patch, and I just want to commend Liz and her group that is doing a great job. I really don't know what to say except thank you for what you do. I think it's terrific, and I'm glad that you're being recognized on television and in the public's giving you if you're getting a positive response, you totally deserve it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the call. It's great to hear that kind of response, and it's interesting when in working with the Mighty Moms Foundation, you really get to know the recipients, and I'm just so glad to hear that from another family member, and that we were able to offer some help. I know that she probably needs a lot more help as she goes through this, and support, and the love and care of her family and friends and all of that. But what a great call. That was wonderful. Thank you
for your call, and it must be very heartwarming to know that you are making a difference, and somebody is out there, how close it hits to home, that they knew the help that you guys give firsthand. So back to the requirements, if we can put that up on the screen again just one more time. Our requirements for it were, you have to have a child under the age of 18.
A child or children under the age of 18, be a single mother, just demonstrating true financial need, and the woman needs to be currently in treatment and be physician referred.
When you say physician referred, now do you mean they just can't, like if they stumble across your foundation, they can't just apply, they have to have a physician refer them?
Yes, and if they're currently in treatment, they're working with an oncologist or some sort of other physician, and so when they reach out to me, many times I'll just say, I just need your physician's referral. Or who is it, and I'll even contact them, get a hold of that physician, find out exactly where they are in treatment, and if they truly, do need help from our foundation. So. Okay,
perfect. Hold that thought. We have another phone call. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me.
Yeah.
And do you have a question?
Good morning.
For us?
Morning, Lauren
Good morning.
and Elizabeth. Okay, couple questions.
Yes.
I believe they get group support there.
Group support.
As a group. They meet together. Maybe I missed that. That's first question. Second question, is there any spiritual help that they receive if they want it? That's the second question. And I'll check it out. I'll listen over TV. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Hello?
If they want it.
Oh, I think he's gone.
Okay. No, is he still there?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I can kind of answer the questions he asked. In terms of group support, after meeting with the individual, we're able to determine exactly what type of group support they need, especially with the licensed counselor that I'm working with. And we can either, refer them or find that type of help that they need from a group. So, and many of the cancer centers offer some great support services, and that's one way of going about it. In terms of the spiritual help, we haven't really offered that directly. I will say, though, with the Mighty Moms Foundation, we've had the opportunity to speak with a lot of church groups and women's conferences at big churches and that type of thing. And so through that, I've actually made quite a few different connections and, can help with some suggestions in that area that would best fit that recipient and what they're going through.
Okay, perfect. Well, we will be back in a short moment, and we're going to talk about the other services that the Mighty Moms Foundation can help.
I'm Trip Douglas.
Welcome home and stuff.
And I'm Ernie Douglas.
James Bond, Secret Agent 007.
And we're here to tell you.
Ernie!
Just a minute, Uncle Charlie.
Come on, Ernie, you're going to be late for school.
We're doing a promo for Me TV and junk.
Ernie, Trip.
Yes, Dad.
Come here a minute, will you?
We'll be down in a minute. As I was saying. Tramp, be quiet. Tramp?
Hey, have you guys seen Robbie? Oh, hi, I'm Katie Douglas.
We're my three sons.
Ernie, I had to learn about women like Melissa through long, tough experience.
Let me make my own mistakes. They're half the fun.
And one daughter-in-law.
Thanks. Now I really feel like one of the family.
Watch me on Me TV.
You think girls are just boys' gift wrap.
Weekday mornings at 7, 6 Central on MeTV.
It's real neat.
Frigidaire. We introduced the first home freezer, the first pulsator agitator washer, and now we introduce the Frigidaire Orbit Clean Dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
We're talking with Liz Ray from the Mighty Moms Foundation, and we've already gone over the requirements if you would like to receive help from the Mighty Moms Foundation. And now we're going to kind of go into the services that they provide for these single mothers going through cancer treatments. So if you can just list off kind of what services you can give.
Okay. Well, when I meet a recipient and we get to know each other and we talk and we're able to identify those areas in their life that they could really use some help. And most of the time, it's the basics. It is groceries and restaurant gift cards and gas cards, especially with gas being as expensive as it is right now. I'll talk about that some more too. But things like clothing and shoes for their children, help with utility bills, help with rent and housing and that kind of thing. So the reason gas cards are really important right now is many of these women will have a job. Then they'll need to go to radiation treatment, for example, every single day. Some of them may live in outlying areas, so they're traveling from home to their job, to their treatment, and back home again. There was a woman I spoke with in the last week who's traveling about 100 miles a day just to go for treatment. So any help in those areas can really make a difference. So we do offer financial assistance. We offer help with emotional support. Okay. With health and wellness suggestions and help in that area. And then also with just general support, maybe housekeeping, help with childcare, help with transportation. There are a lot of those kinds of areas that we can help with. So we're really open to what the need really is for that particular recipient.
Now, what kind of assistance do you guys provide for the children? Is there any assistance in that area?
Well, so far the area that we've provided the most help with is things like clothing and shoes and school supplies and those kinds of things that a child needs on a day-to-day basis. I actually have a really interesting story that happened in our first month where a family had a house fire, and the woman was going through 16 rounds of chemo treatment. Her apartment had burned. She had lost everything inside of her apartment. They moved her to another unit, but they really needed everything. And so one of the oncologist offices had started with things like dishes and silverware and pots and pans and that kind of thing. And I received a call from this office, and they said this woman and her family need beds. They don't have any beds. In fact, they were sleeping on smoke-damaged mattresses wrapped in plastic with blankets.
Which cannot be healthy.
So they truly needed some help. And so within it was a couple of days, we were able to get the entire family beds and bedding, and in addition to that, things like meals and cozy quilts and gift cards to Target, and that type of thing. They had gone through such a traumatic time, and just imagine going through that kind of treatment, not feeling well, having 2 children. They were both in high school, and they were just wonderful kids, then to lose everything in a fire. So we were able to step up and really make a difference in their life with some basics, some things that they needed right now.
That's good. Now, I know this may be somewhat of a touchy subject, but since these are single mothers that are dealing with a life-threatening disease, and I don't know, has the foundation ever had a case where the mother doesn't make it and her kids are left there? What happens? How do you guys step in and help?
Well, actually, we have had one Mighty Mom did pass away right around Christmas time, and that was the first experience we had with that. And prior to her passing, she and I had actually had that conversation, and I said, I know this is a really tough situation, but, at the time she had a son in high school, does he have a relationship with his father or other family members? And actually he was seeing his father a lot, and they had a great relationship, and that had a really great ending to what had happened. So I know it's going to come up more in the future, and that's something we're going to have to face. Like I said, it's just been one mighty mom that has passed, and that's how that played out. So.
Okay. Well, at least that situation sort of prepared the foundation for future ones where they may not be as fortunate as having another home to go to.
Yes.
But more on a lighter note here, what about your guys' fundraising? I know that you recently had the Pink Heels and Denim fundraiser. I know we have a couple of pictures of those as well. So if you'd like to explain what you guys did at that fundraiser.
It was just a couple of weeks ago, and it was such a fun event because it was more casual than most dinner dance auctions. People that attended could wear jeans and pink heels, and we actually did the event with another organization called Guardians of the Ribbon. They're the pink fire truck that many may have seen around town, and they're more of a breast cancer awareness organization. And so it was a dinner dance auction in Old Town Clovis. And it was a great event, a really good fundraiser for the two of us. We split all the proceeds. People danced until midnight and had a great time. And we even had a live auctioneer and a DJ. And it was just a really fun event. And I think the difference was that it was more casual. And we had all different kinds of people, from firefighters and others in law enforcement to doctors and teachers, and just a wide variety of different kinds of people. So it made for a really fun event. And we will do it again next year, and we really liked doing it in February. The timing was right. There's not a lot going on in February, and so we're really going to focus on that being an annual event for both of our organizations.
How fun. That sounds like a great event. And then what about the Pink Pumpkins?
Well, the Pink Pumpkins happened in October, and there's a pumpkin patch that is on the corner of Clovis and Herndon Avenues, and all of the proceeds from the sale of the Pink Pumpkins, and they truly are pink pumpkins, went to 4 different organizations, and the Mighty Moms Foundation was one of them, as well as as Heinz Hospice, Guardians of the Ribbon, and there was, gosh, I can't think of the last 4 organizations that were benefited from the Pink Pumpkins. And so all of the proceeds went to our organization, so that was a really good fundraiser to have during the fall. And then we followed that up with a custom designed necklace, and it was from Orloff Jewelers. They created
we have a picture of that too.
Created it, designed it, and sold it at the store. And the proceeds from the sale of that necklace went to the Mighty Moms Foundation, and it will be available again around Mother's Day. So we're going to reintroduce that, and it's just a beautiful necklace.
It is beautiful.
Many people received that for a Christmas gift, so they were really happy about that.
It's a wonderful gift.
So it was something creative, and we have a really nice looking logo, so that could open up the opportunity for other products and other types of things. It would be a great logo on hats and shirts.
Yes, definitely.
Other types of merchandise. So we hope to do that in the future too.
And other types of merchandise, Simonian Farms did bottle a wine for the Mighty Moms Foundation. There's a picture of right there, and it's 3 farmers' daughters, and it's a pink Moscato, correct?
Yes, and it's delicious, and it's named 3 farmers' daughters because the Simonian family actually has 3 daughters, and they bottled it here locally. And the incredible thing about this wine is it sold at Christmas time for 3 weeks, and it was the first week of December through Christmas Day. 400 bottles were sold, and the Mighty Moms Foundation did receive half of the proceeds from that, and they continue to sell it. They have some still available through this month, but it's a delicious wine, and it's available just at Simonian Farms. It's $10.99 a bottle, so it's not like crazy
very affordable.
Expensive. It really is affordable, and it was just very successful. To sell 400 bottles in 3 weeks is pretty incredible. So.
Yes. Well, we have about a minute left.
Okay.
So if somebody is interested in volunteering or giving you guys fundraising ideas, where can they contact you and where can they reach you?
There are 2 areas. Either go to mightymomsfoundation.org, and it's really important to have the word foundation in there. There's some other Mighty Moms organizations in the country, so mightymomsfoundation.org. And then on Facebook, it's Mighty Moms Foundation on Facebook. And either way, they can message me directly, and they'll see my email address or my phone number, and they can get a hold of me, and I will contact them most often within that day. So if they'd like to volunteer or they need help or they just have questions and they'd like to know how to get referred, I can help walk them through that.
Well, great, Liz. It was very nice meeting you. You have a great foundation that you can tell is making a difference in a lot of people's lives. And we appreciate you being on, and we wish you the best of luck for everything in the future. But that'll be it for our Friday Your Community show. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday on Connect with Me.
James Arness is Marshal Matt Dillon.
They were looking for me. They're going to be back.
On Gunsmoke.
That's right.
Weekdays at 1 on MeTV.